Hello everyone. Today we will cover a topic from the past, more accurately from the year before, where a bizarre situation happened in Kenya. There, a man disguised himself and pretended to be a woman, entered a chess tournament and played greatly. He would masquerade as a Muslim woman by wearing a black niqab to every game, which would hide all of his facial features apart from the eyes and his glasses. During the registration process and during the games he didn't utter a single word, just noted down the moves during the games. The man in question is a student named Stanley Omondi, who used the alias Millicent Awur to enter the tournament. The masquerade worked until Stanley won against the at the time women's champion of the nation, Gloria Jumba. The ice was broken when the judge called over Millicent to a private room and requested identification. Stanley then confessed everything about him being a broke student who entered the tournament due to needing money and said that he deeply regretted it and was ready to accept any punishment. He was kicked out of the tournament and all points he won were reallocated to the other players. Let me hear your thoughts in the comments down below. What do you make of this situation? Let's take a look at the game he played against Gloria Jumba, who, as we said, was the Kenyan women's champion. Omondi, or rather Millicent, was white and opened with e4. Gloria follows with e5, then knight to f3 and knight to f6, which is the Russian defense. White takes at e5, then d6, f3, and now black takes at e4. Queen e2, queen e7, d3, knight retreats to f6, knight c3, h6 preventing bishop g5, h3 also preventing bishop g4, knight c6. As you can see, they're in a completely symmetrical position. Bishop e3, bishop e6, their figures are positioned exactly the same. Now white plays g3 to move the bishop and to have both castles at the ready for later. Gloria castles herself, bishop g2, queen d7, a3, g5, knight d4. Now black plays knight to e5, which is a misplay here, as white had a forced gain of a piece here with f4. Push away the knight and then f5 traps the bishop. If after that she trades, then the knight hangs along with the bishop, then bishop to f6, a two-pronged attack on both rooks. Black here could defend by binding with one of the rooks, but knight to e4 defends. Now she can move the other rook as well, but white here has a huge advantage. If black instead took at e4 firstly, then white also takes at f4 and the same thing repeats again. But the young cheater didn't play that move. Here he takes at e6. Gloria takes as well, then he takes at a7. Black can't trap the bishop here, because d4 attacks the knight and threatens queen a6 mate. She plays knight c6, attacking the a7 bishop, who retreats to e3. Bishop g7 develops, white castles, knight e8, rook b1, next is d5, knight b5, because black threatened with a fork at d4, king b8, c3, knight e7, a4 because the b5 knight is under attack, knight d6. Now here bishop to a7 check was a good move, then when king retreats to c8, rook e1 to hang the pawn. If Gloria trades then nothing, she can take with the queen because the pawn falls, check, and the knight falls. But white takes at d6 instead. Queen d6 and now a5, to continue with the free pawn. e5, an attack to the center. a6 plays white. Black here could have played b6 instead of taking to block the pawn with the king. Even though black would still be in a losing position, that move would be slightly more advantageous. Even if white moves to a7, a8 still blocks the promotion, but she takes instead. But d4 and the pawn is hanging from a double attack. Black can defend here with king b7, but she plays e4 instead, and then a quick finisher by the young student with rook to a6. The queen retreats to d7, rook a1, knight c8. There is a mating tool for white, which you can try and pause the video to guess. Leave your answers in the comments. If you said rook a8 and queen to a6, that's right. But the student imposter plays queen to c2 instead. Then knight to b6, queen b3, queen c6, bishop f1, king c8, then bishop b5 blocks the king's escape route, queen to b7, rook a7, the only move for this queen is b8, bishop c6, blocking the king and threatening rook to a8. And here in this position Gloria Jamba surrenders. She can defend from this position, because any move leads to rook a8, if knight takes then either it falls or even the queen can fall. King has to take and then mate. If you like this story, or this match analysis, or maybe even both, make sure to leave a like on this video, share it with a friend, and subscribe to our channel, as it helps us give you more quality chess content for you to enjoy. Have a nice day and see you in the next one.